emphasis physicality, because I mean you can get off fast as you want to, hard as you want to, but if when you get there you ain't striking a block, you're in trouble.
You know, we're going to start with the basics, get him in a good stance, get him in, you know, using his hands the right way, getting his footwork the right way, and then kind of go from there.
What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Chris Lonestar channel. Today we are taking a deep dive on Mazi Smith. Now I'm gonna tell y'all right now before this film session starts, Mazi is not a bust. But let's go ahead and review the good, the bad, and the ugly of Mazi Smith. Now, initially when scouting Mazi Smith, he has extreme strength and the ability to just get defenders off of him. Here you can see he has good balance and arm strength to get rid of the blocker, and he can do this pretty often. He just needs to hone and refine his technique. Here he also has the athleticism and quickness to get by a blocker here from the Giants. Now on another rep here, you also see that he absolutely destroys this man, and this is another emphasis of his strength and how strong he is. Now in this Cardinals game, he also had a good rep here, but his biggest thing is he needs to squeeze down instead of running uphill and upfield, and that is one thing that I've seen on film a lot about him. And now again, he also has a good rep with a bull rush here. Just another demonstration of his strength and how strong he is. That is Mazi's superpower. On this rep here, you see that he can not only extend but anchor when he needs to. This is something he needs to be coached better at, something that he needs to do more consistently coming out. But this reminds me of what his new defensive coach talked about as far as him playing blocks.
Once we get him on the field, I think he'll be a lot more comfortable in Coach Zim's defense than previously, right? But I think this more aligns with his build and what he's known to do. Well, I think he's gonna be able to play blocks more than just getting upfield. All right, not disrespecting the previous coaches that were here or anything. It's just different system, different style of D-line play that Coach Zim's brought
If you
in.
love film sessions like this, make sure you subscribe. I have one that's coming out next week on Maris Leofau. And how else are you going to keep updated? You might never see my channel again unless you hit subscribe. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and join the ride for more. So as we can see here, this is another instance of him fighting off blocks, and this ain't no scrub. This is Kelsey right here, and he has good extension and good hands to get rid of this blocker right here and force his ball outside. Now you can also see here that not only can he do that, but he also fought this reach block here. That is actually a good get off from Mazi and good progression throughout this year to be better at that. Not only here, but he also again shows his athleticism to get off and evade the blocker and find the ball to get that tackle there. Now another pass rush rep, yet another demonstration of his strength and being able to push that pocket and get pressure up the middle so the quarterback can't step up. This is a great pressure by Mazi. He's actually getting pretty good with his hands on his pass rush here, being able to use his hands to get off and get to the ball. Here also, good hands to manipulate the blocker. You see how strong his hands are and how violent they can be when he uses them correctly. This is another good rep by him, being able to play with his hands, extend, good wide base and anchor, and able to get a textbook one-tech tackle. Now, since we covered the good of Mazi Smith, we're gonna go ahead and start with the bad. Now here you can see he has a bad base, and what I mean by that is you can see here as I paused it here, he's standing right up. Even though he doesn't have good hand placement, the low man does win. In this instance, he had a slow get off, which causes him to get reach blocked. This is something you definitely don't want, and getting reach definitely is one of the harder blocks as an offensive lineman. So that is definitely something you should not let them do. Now going on to the ugly, he just absolutely gets washed here, and the reason why, he needs to get lower in his stance. He does not feel this double, so he didn't anchor down. Another instance here on the Cardinals, another one, he's standing straight up. There's no point in getting out of that stance when you have no base to come from. You're engaging high and trying to outmuscle blockers due to bad technique. Here he gets completely washed out. Why? Because he does not feel this double at all. His hat level is fine, but he doesn't see that double team at all, so he doesn't anchor down because of it. Here as well, his strength cannot overpower good technique by blockers, so he needs to anchor down more and use his leverage instead of his upper body. Here you can see as well, he has a bad base, and that is one of the worst things that you can do as a defensive lineman, is have your feet right next to each other, because you have no power from that and you can get pushed. Now here's my thoughts. The people that are saying Mazi is a bust obviously do not know how long it takes for our average defensive tackle to understand the NFL and really get to that level that they were from college, which takes around 2 to 4 years. So this isn't a microwave position. This isn't like a receiver. This isn't like a running back. This is a position that takes time to learn. And most of these things in the ugly section that I put are things of just knowledge and feel for the game, and feeling double teams and understanding when they're coming. This is not something he would just immediately know coming into the NFL. This is something that he would have to have in-game experience for. Do I think that we need more depth? Absolutely, we need more depth, because you can't just rely on a rookie that's coming off an injury to be able to do the things that you want him to do as far as a first round pick. But for the people that are saying he's weak and he needs to get in the gym, I just kind of disprove that. His biggest problem is not the gym. Of course, that will help, but his biggest issue is not the gym. It's his technique. And I want to ask a quick question. Can you teach traits, or can you teach fundamentals? I showed y'all the film. I know some of y'all will still be whining, y'all still be crying, y'all be saying, oh, Mazi a bust, oh, Mazi trash, all this and that. But I showed y'all the film. But like I say, if you love the star, believe in the star. Peace.